Dalai Lama met last week with President Obama. How did that meeting go?
Very good. Of course, when he was, I think, senator in, I think, Foreign Relations Committee or something,
right?
I met once. Very impressive, young politician then. Then during election, you see, he telephoned me, inquired about Tibet. So since he became president, so we have some sort of contact. He's very sympathetic. Last year, although there is sort of chance or they're thinking meeting, but then just before his visit Peking, I also felt better not meet, because
you said that.
I mean, he also, you see, that kind of view, and I fully agree. Better, you see, since, you see, he very, very seriously thinking to talk to Chinese leaders beside other issue, Tibetan issue, also he very much want to talk. So, the atmosphere may be better, not meeting take place at that time. So, that postponed. So now this time, in spite of some difficulties, you see, we had that meeting, and very pleasant one.
What, Your Holiness, what do you want from him? What do you want from America?
Actually, I mentioned my 3 commitments. Number 1 commitment, promotion of human value in order to create better world, more compassionate world, peaceful world. For that, technology, economy is not the ultimate sort of source of peace. Real source of peace is inner peace. Inner peace comes through a more compassionate heart. So that's my number 1 commitment. I always say, wherever I go, I always talk these things. So I mentioned that, and on that level, we are same human being. I said the same sort of the human being out of 6 billion human being, like that. So it is our common interest, common responsibility. I mentioned that. The second, my commitment is promotion of religious harmony. I mentioned that. So in these both fields, see, the full sort of agreement or something. I mean, he very much favor, and I hope, you see, he also can make, I think, very effective sort of contribution in this field. And then about Tibet issue. Since, 2001, we already have elected political leadership. So in the Tibetan issue, the political side mainly is carrying main responsibility by the elected person. So I had some note. You see, he prepared, and of course, my full agreement. So then I mentioned, firstly, I reported him about the up-to-date sort of our contact with Chinese government. Then also beside that, the refugee community and in free country. So we are carrying various kinds of work for preservation of Tibetan culture, Tibetan Buddhist tradition, like that. And then also I request the help for modern education, Tibetan children, not only outside, but also inside Tibet. If some scholarship, Tibetan youth from Tibet, immense benefit. So these things we discuss.
Was he receptive?
Oh yes, very receptive, very receptive. And actually, after our meeting, they made the press issue statement. The American administration is fully supportive about my middle wave approach. So like that.
Where does it stand now between you and the Chinese government? Right now, where are you at?
now, you know, the Chinese government denying there is sort of a problem.
They deny it.
Yes, they say Tibetan very happy prosperity and much better than previous Tibet. But we received information, some inspired some material development, but the culture side or religious faith or all these fields, there's so much sort of also the suppression or control, restriction. So, you know, for example, it's a few years ago, I met one Tibetan who come from Tibet, one professional person. He told me his own sort of also the salary, accommodation, and also the education for his children, no worry, everything is good. But then he mentioned, but he, being as a Tibetan, mentally, emotionally, some kind of overwhelming sort of, feeling.
Pressure.
Or pressure. Then when he mentioned that, tear. So that is Chinese, some of these hardliner Chinese do not understand.